Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Body Wisdom Podcast. So happy to have you here with me today. And in today's episode, I wanted to bring you another short somatic practice because I know a lot of you are learning about what it means to feel safe in your body. And I know so many of you that tune into the podcast are just now starting to explore how to drop from your mind into the safety of your body and how to even cultivate more safety in your body. And I know so many of you loved and benefited from the previous episode that I did, which was a 15-minute somatic practice to help self-regulate. And today I wanted to give you a somatic body-based practice to help you cultivate more safety in your body and help you feel like you can access those parts of your body that do feel safe, especially in moments where you feel triggered or in moments where you don't feel safe. So before we dive into that, I did want to talk a little bit about why we resist doing things that are good for us and why this resistance is happening in the first place. Because I think it's important to talk a little bit about as you're starting to learn about nervous system regulation and as you're starting to participate and do more somatic body-based practices, you might notice before you go to do these practices that there's some resistance. There's some thoughts in your mind like, oh, maybe I'll just push this off until tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you push it off until the next day. And you start to continue to push away doing something that is good for you. And if it's not with these somatic practices, maybe it's something else like eating more mindfully or cooking for yourself or spending less time on your phone, doing more things like walking outside, spending time in nature. And I just want to say that resistance is a normal thing to come up against. I would say that most of us don't always jump out of bed to do those habits, those hobbies that are better for us. It can be so tempting to want to do those things that are maybe not the best for us, like scrolling on your phone first thing in the morning. So one thing that's important to know is that our nervous system craves familiarity. And so anytime you bring in a new habit or new hobby or something that is good for you, even if it's good for you, our nervous system is going to resist it. We are creatures of habit. Our nervous system loves predictable things. And sometimes that new habit that you have for yourself, let's say you joined the Resilient and Resource membership, my nervous system regulation membership, and you're noticing that you have a lot of resistance going into the course portal, the course library to do those somatic exercises. This is because your nervous system, your body has lived like 20 plus years without doing this. And so it's sensing that this change is uncomfortable and the change is scary. Even a good change can feel really scary. So it's important to ask yourself, why am I afraid of this change? Is there something that I am afraid of leaving behind? Am I afraid that my new habits are going to equal certain people, are going to maybe fall out of my life? I'm going to have to say bye to things. It's important to explore what part of the change that we are scared of. And that way we can teach our nervous systems, look, it's not that scary. It's not like a life or death situation, because sometimes to our nervous systems, it can feel like a life or death thing. It can feel like if you lose somebody in your life that you're going to die. And so it's important to bring some awareness to what it is that we are actually afraid of changing. And it's important to also have compassion for yourself. And the more compassion that we have for ourselves, the less at odds we're going to feel with ourselves, the less we're going to be fighting with our minds on why this behavior is good for us and questioning why there might be some resistance. Another reason why we might feel resistance towards doing something that is good for us, making a positive change in our lives, is we actually are afraid of what happens if I actually do change for the better. What if I actually am successful in changing and losing weight or implementing these practices or making more money, enter in whatever it is that this new habit or routine is going to help you achieve. And sometimes we can be afraid of that because, again, that is going to equal change in our nervous system. And it's uncomfortable to create new neural pathways in our brain. There's reasons why our bodies protect us and keep us staying in these same familiar routines, because that familiarity, again, is comfortable, and it can be really uncomfortable to break out of those old routines and actually finding success in our lives. So something that has always helped me start to become more comfortable with actually becoming successful is visualization, is spending time each day visualizing what it would feel like to be in your body with that success that you are looking for. So if your ideal is to just feel more peace and less reactive in your day, I would spend some time visualizing what it feels like to feel more peace and to be less reactive when you get triggered. To visualize, when I get triggered, I'm going to spend 5 minutes just breathing and being with myself and what that feels like. Spending some time in that visualization can help you feel more comfortable with that success that you're looking for. And then the third thing that can often happen when we are resisting doing something that is good for us is that we don't feel worthy of that change that we're looking for in our lives. I want to remind you that sometimes when we have experienced trauma in our lives, or if we have experienced something in our lives that has been really hurtful, sometimes that can make you feel overall unworthy. And it's important to send your healing and love towards those parts of you that don't feel worthy and connect to your inner child to bring love to yourself so that you can remind yourself that you are so worthy, that you can bring more safety to your body so it can make you feel like you are worthy of the life that you truly desire. I know so many of you desire to live a life that you feel like you can surrender more. You feel like you can release this grasp of control that you usually have on your life and actually surrender so that you can move throughout your day with your shoulders more relaxed, with your heart open up to all these beautiful things that you desire to experience in life. And I believe that this practice today that I'm going to take you through is going to not only help you feel safer in your body, but also remind you of your inherent worthiness that you have deep within your body. And sometimes you just have to take a few minutes to pause and be with yourself to connect to that worthiness that you have in your body. So let's take a moment to get settled with wherever you are at. You can lay down in a comfortable space. You can stay sitting up in a chair, or you can do this while you are walking. If you're sitting down or laying down, go ahead and close your eyes, or if you're walking, just soften your gaze at the horizon. And just take a moment to connect with your breath as you breathe in through your nose, fill up your whole body. And open your mouth, exhale, send your breath out, relaxing your shoulders down, creating more space between your shoulders and your ears, wiggling your jaw from side to side to let go of any tension that you're holding in your face. And then taking your palms, making fists with your palms, squeezing your palms so tight, Feeling your forearms, the muscles in your forearms contract, your biceps, your triceps contract, your shoulder blades squeeze together, sending all of that energy in your palms. And breathe in. And exhale, release your palms, release those muscles. Feel the tension go out of your shoulders, down your arms, out through your palms. And then I want you to take a moment to now curl your toes, squeezing your feet, noticing when you squeeze your feet that you're squeezing your calves, your thighs, your hamstrings, squeezing your glute muscles together, squeezing every muscle together in the lower half of your body. And then breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Relaxing the muscles of the lower half of your body. Already noticing the difference between the beginning of this practice and now, noticing how good it feels to drop from your head into your body. And not judging yourself if any sort of thought comes up, if your mind begins to wander to your to-do list. Connect back to your breath to bring you back to your body. Use your breath as an anchor point. The fastest way to soothe your body is directly through your breath. So the more you just connect to your breath, the more you will connect to your body. Now I want you to focus on sensation in your body. Start to cultivate an awareness of different sensations that you feel in your body. Begin to scan your body from the top of your head, down your face, down your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your stomach, your hips, your low back, your pelvic bowl, your thighs, your calves, your feet. Scan your entire body and start to open yourself up to feeling sensations. Be objective with the sensations that you feel in your body. Begin to describe them to yourself. Describe them in detail, the color, the texture, the temperature, the shape. Notice if there's an area of your body that is calling towards you to pay attention to. You can even gently place your hands on that one particular part of your body. Sending that love, that compassionate touch to that area of your body that is calling towards you. Coming back to your breath. If at any moment you feel like your mind wanders, it's okay. No judgment. And I want you to take some time. After you have described those sensations to yourself, I want you to take some time and locate the parts of you that feel safe. And even if this is one tiny part of your body that is bubbling around you and one tiny cell that feels safe, I want you to pay attention to that. Begin to draw your awareness to that one little part of your body that feels safe. Maybe it's one tiny cell in your heart space. Maybe it's one area in your right hip. Maybe it's your left hand. It doesn't have to make sense, but just bring your awareness to that part of you that feels safe, that part of you that feels relaxed, peaceful. And it doesn't even have to feel those things. It can actually just feel okay. The part of you that feels okay. And the more you begin to draw your awareness to this one part of you that does feel safe, the more you will notice that that one little cell starts to bubble up and multiply and circulate your whole entire body with that feeling of safety. And again, it doesn't have to feel amazing or so peaceful. It can actually even just feel okay. Notice how your breath begins to deepen when you focus on this one particular part of your body that feels safe. Letting go of any judgment, if there's resistance, and just remembering that you are worthy to feel held. You are worthy to allow this feeling of safety to circulate your entire being. Notice how this one part of your body that feels safe wants to nourish the parts of you that don't feel safe. So you can take your palms to this part of you that feels safe, soak in that energy, and then place your palms on the parts of you that maybe don't feel safe, that maybe have that resistance, that maybe feel constricted, stagnant, or stuck. And sending love from the part of you that feels safe to the part of you that feels resistance, that feels stagnancy, stuck, constriction, or tightness. And then just taking your time as you move your hands from safety to the stagnancy, to the stuck. Moving back and forth with your breath as you inhale, soak up that feeling of safety. And as you exhale, pouring into that part of you that feels stuck. Staying with this for a few more breaths here. Breathing in safety and breathing out the stagnation. Do this 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, I am safety. Exhale, anything that no longer serves you. 1 more time together. Breathe in, worthiness, love, compassion. In, breathe out, constriction. Taking some time to relax your palms down, wiggling your fingers, your toes, bringing awareness back into your body. Notice how much changes when you allow that safety to circulate your body. And as you begin to flutter your eyes open, you can always pop over to your journal and talk a little bit about how different your body feels when you step into the safety of your body. There's so much that changes in your brain when you actually do the task, the hobby, the thing that you know that is good for you and you have resistance for it. So much changes in your brain when you actually do that thing that you have been putting off, that you have not been feeling worthy of, that you have been resisting. And those new neural pathways start to form towards that thing that's good for you. So the more you do it, the more that neural pathway is going to form in your body. It takes time, but just as you are able to flood your whole system with safety is how you create those new neural pathways, how you create change in your body, and how you move from feeling like you just want to control everything in your life to feeling like you can actually relax and your palms can be open to receive what you are so worthy of. Let me know how you feel with this somatic practice. And so you can send me a DM on Instagram. You can send me an email. I'd love to know how good you feel in your body after doing this practice. Okay, my loves, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I really love hearing from you all about how the show resonated with you and would love it if you sent me a DM on Instagram to @herbodywisdom to keep the convo going. If you are loving the show, it would mean so much to me if you left a quick rating and review on Apple or Spotify. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time.